Howdy, folks. This is Isaac, Kind Fortress. Really excited to be doing the DFWNN Dallas Fort Worth Nerd Nighters game contest. And thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to JR, and thank you to really everyone who's taking part in this. It's so cool to see all your ideas come to life and watch these videos. I really don't typically blog or vlog my progress. I do a little bit of journaling, so this is something new. I also apologize I don't have a wall of games behind me. I have something maybe a little better. I have a giant bar filled with games, also filled with booze, and a settler's clock. You can see my settler's clock. I love that thing. Etsy. Anyway, so let's head over to the table. Okay, so I apologize for my disembodied presence. I've got laid out here a grid of cards. There's 6 cards in either direction, so that's a grid of 36 total cards. I've also got this little guy. You remember him? He's the Panda Meeple. So I've got him up on the board, and I've also put out cubes. There's 5 different colors and 7 different cubes. Now I know that those cubes are not part of the game kit. I'm really just using them here because eventually they'll be printed on the card, but for right now I didn't want to draw on all these nice cards until I'd figured out what I was doing with them, so these cubes will sub in for that. And I've got I got a pair of dice. I got the pair of dice, and my thinking here was I'd like this to be a 2 to 4 player game. It might just be a 2, maybe that's okay. But the concept here is that this panda is going to walk around, and he's going to take cards off the table. He's going to basically, these cards, think of each of them and each of these cubes as some kind of plant or flower or fruit or something like that that the panda is eating. And at the same time, each of us players, who are going to sit each at a point, so we each are kind of looking at the board that way, we're trying to collect sets as well. We're trying to collect, and we're going to score somehow by collecting all of the same color or one of every color, some kind of set collection mechanism. Now what you'll do on your turn is you'll roll your dice. And so this is a 6-5, as it turns out. The panda marker on the dice is a 6. Maybe that's an opportunity. Maybe we'll think about using that in some way. But for right now, let's call that a 6-5. And what would that mean? Well, it would mean as follows. It would mean that I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can count to this card. Or I can do the same here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can take either of those 2 cards for myself, and then I have to move the panda, and I will always move the panda the difference between these 2 dice. So 6 minus 5 is 1. So let's say I like green. Green is my favorite color, so I'm going to go ahead and take this green card. The panda is going to move over 1. This card's going to go away. And when the panda next moves, the panda is going to collect that card. So essentially, wherever the panda goes is gone. That's my turn. The next player would then go and roll the dice, and from their point would say, a 1 and then a 2, or a 1 and a 2, so they have the choice between the yellow and the blue, and then similarly, they can move the panda. So they see that the panda is going to eat the blue, so they figure they'll take the yellow and then maybe move to the black so that the panda won't eat that other yellow, and the panda will collect this card. Now, so it'll go, and the game will end when the panda is isolated, when the panda can't move because the panda has been cut off entirely, at which point players will cash in their sets for points. And that's what we're thinking. So let's check back in a few turns when we see if this works.